Hello. Welcome back to CMC Gaming. Just here, gonna grind through some of this campaign, try to get this guy finished. Not necessarily anything special about this class for this build, but it was just the closest maps that I had, so I gotta actually play right and hit the right buttons to make this work. So, I don't know if you saw the previous video, you know what's going on. Otherwise, I'm doing a deck stacking um, doing damage via Caltrop, actually. And usually I'm just sitting here running, and the things will chase me, and I'm not doing Trail of Caltrops. That's what most people are messing with, and that's just not my thing. I think that they would actually synergize kind of well together, but I did want to differentiate between this and Trail because that is not my goal at the moment. My goal is to drop fucking hella Caltrops and get, well, maybe I get through. Okay. I don't know what that was. Oh, things that fly maybe can't get hit by those. I'm not sure. But you can kind of see that it melts. I mean, I don't know if melts is the right terminology for it, and if I can actually remember to click the right buttons. And I could play it better. I'm trying to just go in. Yeah, mess this up. The problem with this build is that caltrops are tiny. They are so tiny, apparently. They're more tiny than I would have thought. So, gotta get a lot of them, as you can kind of see. But also, you gotta get the enemy to run over them. I mean, my goal right now is to just, actually to put the enemy, I almost died again, put the enemy, put it on the enemy, or have them run after me and just drop them when they die. That's the way. This Dreadnought is not like any other level or play pattern in the game, because this one, I would normally just do this, and they would just follow me and die. But with this, they're just going to either stand there, or they're going to just smash me in the face from right after me. And that's not good. These tight corridors aren't super great for the playstyle that I want, but I mean, I can play it. I can play it like this, where I just play it safe. Instead of trying to run past the things, I'll just set up caltrops and they'll just run into them and it will prosper. Then jumping isn't probably the best for it. So the other thing is I can actually fire that and make more caltrops if I shoot into it, and it kind of centralizes them. I don't do them often because it just feels like an extra step that I don't need to take, but I can. Oh, I'm probably gonna die. That's probably the tech here is to sure that I just have the caltrops between me and the enemy. What is this? Yeah. Come over here, guys. See how none of them are actually hitting him until they hit him, and then you see the damage. If you can see, I'm stacking the poisons. You see the Spear of Orrata doing its thing. The way that this... I was basically just trying to find a way to use the spear since they nerfed my rake build, and this seems to be a way that I can get damage onto a weapon that doesn't have damage. And I'm not even really geared well for this, to be honest. But yeah, I don't like those. And volatile, like gross. Maybe the tight corridors aren't as bad for this build as I was leading on. So what are you gonna do? You gonna come over here? It's not a great idea for you. Great, truly. Not perfect. I don't know why I was thinking that. I always get those confused. I was like, woo! Hey yo. Curious how this is gonna go. How big the frame of this character is. Hey you. Yeah, 39 stacks of poison seems pretty good. Where's the dude? Okay. It's not quite as fast as I thought it would go, but... And I actually have to do the mechanics. This is stupid. Yeah. I almost ran out of a potion. But the point charge is the way to go. Yeah, I wasn't quite as easy as I thought it would be. I thought that this base was gonna pop more of the things, but it wasn't popping as many as some would. Gem cutters on. Not always happy to have those. Alright. Well, I just kind of wanted to give a little showcase of what the build was up to at the moment. Just a quick rundown of what we're doing. We're rocking 900 dexterity. That dexterity is taking caltrops, which the non-trail of caltrops only, they deal 60% of your dexterity as physical damage on hit. Physical damage, I'm like, wait, you mean I can use this and make it work? So here's the thing. The poison tech is really cool because it keeps stacking. However, I did notice that the caltrops do actually do 100% of your attack damage. So you can get bigger hits by having a real spear. But if you have a spear that does, the best spear in the game, then it does, I don't actually know, 700 damage or something. We'll just say, I know that they have about 1,000 DPS, but I don't know what their actual damage numbers are. I think the highest one I have is on one of my other characters is like 550 flat fizz. So let's say it does 550 a hit. So this would do 550 a hit plus, you'd have a 550 a hit plus 60% of your dexterity, and then you just do that hit and you do that hit. But if you can take all of that damage and stack it as poisons, and you can stack poison magnitude, and you can do length and all kinds of different things with it, it ends up, I don't know if it ends up more, but it ends up comparable, and using this sphere instead of spending, like, even this awesome chaos damage one was still dirt cheap. I honestly think I paid 5 Exalt for it or something like that. You know, all of this gear, it's all mostly just drops minus this, and I just had this from another character that, you know, ended up not using it well. And all this stuff is just, hey, dexterity, dexterity attributes, dexterity attributes, dexterity attributes, dexterity. Um, this is my weakest link. I was having some trouble with mana costs before I switched, and it has an extra 5% physical damage reduction, and since my armor's pretty low, and then I did pay, man, I think for the corrupted one, I actually don't know, but it was cheap. I mean, I, I want to say 20 Exalt, but it could have been way cheaper. And I got, this one was actually really cheap, and I was surprised because I thought this was kind of the meta thing. Stay tuned, because as soon as I have the time or the wherewithal, I'm trying to use the time to get it to the end game, but I actually might pause and try something today. I have a way better idea for the offhand, and I think, well, actually, how many attacks? Because you can only have 20 caltrops, so attack speed is great for the playstyle I like, but I don't know if I may just have more than I need. And if that's the case, I can get rid of this, and I have a tech that I've been using forever, and I've never seen it in like a meta build. I saw a couple streamers talking about it back a long time ago, and I haven't seen anybody messing with it recently. I don't want to spoil it. If you want to see it, it's going to be my next video on this character. But I'm going to replace this with something that stands to double our damage, if not triple, depending on how good I can get the gear. But yeah, don't want to spoil it. Come back for that one. That's the gear I showed you. Oh, and if you didn't watch the previous video, the thing that's crazy about this is Scatter Shot affects Stormlance and it affects Caltrops, because Caltrops are actually projectiles. So when you have Scatter Shot, it makes 3 Stormlances, and each of the 3 Stormlances produce 3 Caltrops. And, you know, that means you only have to attack 2.5 times before you're at max Caltrops. And that's pretty cool. And then Bursting Plague is great for clear, Plague Bearer for clear, Herald. I had Herald the Blood spread tech, and I moved it onto another character to test it with something else, and I'm just too lazy to put it back on. It will significantly improve this. I don't know who originated it. I know I've seen it on some Kaltoric Thorns videos, and I think it's even possibly on his new Wind Dancer video. Shout out to him for being a off-meta creator. Kind of helped inspire me to get back to recording, so very cool. Shout out to him. Anyway, I'm gonna continue playing, but I'm gonna let my computer rest a little bit. Hop off here. If you guys have any questions about anything I'm doing, hit me up any way you think you can get a hold of me, and I will entertain these questions. Anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next one.